Mic check. Are we live? Yes, we're live. Man, oh man, oh man. This thing finally arrived. I am very late to the party, as in extremely late to the party, because of some shipping problems. But finally, it's here, and look at the size of that, man. Look at the size of that thing. I don't know. This is just probably probably one of the biggest boxes I had to open in my life, man. Okay, sorry about that. I was testing the audio. So there. I'm not gonna do music today because I get so much copyright strikes. I just got tired of it. No more music. What the hell, man? So this is an InFamous, a third-party figure, Dark Star, that is really Cull Obsidian from the Black Order, from Marvel's Black Order. Although his real name is really Black Dwarf, but you know, in this politically correct climate nowadays, you can't say Black Dwarf. Just to give you guys an idea of how big it is. Look at it, man. It's bigger than my monitor. I had to change my entire setup. I had to move my mic around, which is why my audio might seem weird. And yeah, the box is ugly. Sorry about that, but the box is ugly. I mean, this was made by InFamous, and I am more than sure that they did all of the Black Order figures except for Thanos. And I wouldn't exactly describe them as, you know, high quality figures. As a matter of fact, the longer I own them, the more I realize how cheap they look. But you know, you gotta have this for some sentimental value, because once upon a time Marvel was one of the best things in my life, and the Black Order was the scariest group of, you know, villains that the heroes have ever faced. So that's why you have to have this. So let's open it, because I try not to talk too much in my intros, but oh man, I hope nothing would fall over. Okay, you're just gonna watch this to see if something would fall over. Okay, I'm gonna, oh man, this is like the clumsiest unboxing I've ever done in my life. Maybe I regret doing this, man. I regret opening it this way. But oh, finally, I'm just gonna throw this box. Okay, glad it didn't hit any of my figures on the way down. Whew, that's the best thing. Nothing got broken. Yeah, everybody's intact. I'll just throw away those things. It's also, it reminds me of the Juggernaut. Yeah, you know what? This is probably the Juggernaut reskinned. InFamous or Toys era, they found a formula in the Juggernaut and they just abused the heck out of it. Because the first time I got the Juggernaut, you know, it was amazing. Second version of the Juggernaut I got, it was kind of, you know, it wasn't as awesome anymore. As for this, man, the joints are flimsy. Right off the bat, I'm holding it. Man, it doesn't feel solid at all. By the way, I got this from Toys Rems. Shout out to him. He did his best, walked me through all the shipping stuff. It's just there are things outside of his control that he just couldn't, you know, he just couldn't help it. So that's why this got super delayed. And truth be told, I'm slowly losing interest in the Black Order, just because Marvel has been releasing bad movie after bad movie after bad movie. I didn't enjoy the last Black Panther movie. Sorry about that. There were elements of it that were good, but all in all, I really wasn't very hyped in calling my friends to rewatch the movie. I saw it alone, and I'm not gonna invite my friends to watch it again. Okay, let's take a look at the head sculpt. Good news though. You know what's a good news? This looks good. Aside from the flimsy torso, which Juggernaut doesn't. So you can see the space, man. Check it out. You can see the space of the torso, because it's just so big and heavy. But you know what? As far as the space, as the face space, the face sculpt goes, it's not as bad. Okay, I'm gonna bring down this box just because I might really knock something over. So, man, look, man, this sucks. Check out the torso. It's like, is there a way for me to fix that? Because even the Juggernaut doesn't have that. Man, some QC issues right off the bat. So you see, when you deal with third-party figures, you're expected to have some hiccups or something. But I'm going to be honest though, this isn't as bad as I imagined. You know, I told Ed from Toys Rams that I was losing interest with this figure. But seeing it right here, actually I think this is the best Black Order figure. This came last. This was the last they produced. But amazingly, this one's the best. Aside from the flimsy joints, the head doesn't articulate as well. I mean, it articulates well, but you know, it just meant the joints. They're just so flimsy. But check out the face. I'm actually liking the face sculpt. He really looks like the toad creature thing that you could repurpose to be a Green Lantern or something. Yeah. So if there's ever a good Green Lantern movie, you could repurpose this guy to be one of the Green Lanterns. But I'm actually impressed, man. I was getting ready to really lambast this figure, just give it a scathing bad review, just because I was so annoyed that there were shipping issues and it got to me like 2 months or 3 months before everybody, when everybody else got theirs. But having it in hand, it's really not as bad. It's really not as bad. It's the best InFamous Black Order figure. I can say it right now. Aside from the quality control issues, of course. So let's look at some of his stuff. Okay, so set of hands. This one. Okay, these are the closed fists. I wonder where are his weapon holding hands. I think this is it. This is the main hand holding. This is the main hand that grips the weapon, and this is where it rests. Because you really can't pose this figure as much, but I'm thinking that it posts better than Juggernaut. Because Juggernaut has weak knees. Juggernaut is my most what do you call that? Is that my top one figure that keeps on falling. So if you have this guy, I'm sure he won't fit into most detolfs or something. It can only fit in my setup. I mean, look at it. It won't even fit in my matrix shelf. Look. See? It has to have a special place. You have to have a dedicated place for it. So this isn't really a shelf friendly, this figure, so I don't think a lot of people got this. This is, I think that he would look off in most collectors setup. There are only two kinds of guys who would get him: the really awesome collector with an amazing setup, or the collector who's just whenever and he just posts his figure everywhere. I could probably belong to that. Or I'm both, really. I had some clumsily placed figures. I forgot to turn on the light, by the way. That is dumb. Yeah, I got these lights. Okay, let's see if it looks better now. Yeah, it looks way brighter now. But even the shadows, man. The shadows. See, my overhead camera, it creates that weird shadow. So anyway, let's look at his second tray, because there are two trays. I just can't show it because something's gonna fall over. I hope it won't fall over with that pose. Second tray contains nothing but his weapon. It's light, it's plastic, but it's done really well. It's better than some Star Ace toys. I keep on mentioning Star Ace because Star Ace probably, I don't know, I'm not gonna say they're the worst because Proxima Midnight was really bad, and what they call that, Corvus Glaive was really bad too. Space Wizard Ebony Maw was okay, but he's still bad. He's not a good figure. This one is the best among them. So I wonder if it would be easy for him to grip it. But you know, one tip is that this one is so big, and the plastic here is so, is so stiff. You really have to use a blow dryer here, or you will risk breaking this. And if you break this, it's goodbye figure, because where else can you find an extra wrist like this, which is so customized for him. So in a way, InFamous was really crazy and really took a big risk making him. So as much as I criticize them making the Black Order, making terrible versions of the Black Order, you still have to thank them for making it, at least for having the balls to make it, because only a crazy toy company would make Cull Obsidian, or the Black Order for that matter. Hot Toys didn't make it, but man, if Hot Toys approach this would be very awesome. But of course it won't sell. I mean, this is as big as Killmonger. No, Ironmonger. Not Killmonger. Killmonger's from Black Panther. Ironmonger is bigger than the Hulk, I guess. I think he's slightly taller than the Hulk. Slightly. Way taller than Thanos. So I'm glad I have a special shelf for him. So other than that, I'm glad I finally got him. I'm glad I finally have the Black Order, despite it not having the effect that it used to have. But it's the Black Order. It's the scariest group of villains in the galaxy, especially in the comics. And I like the way they translated it, the design, to the movie version, except for Proxima. Proxima was terrible in the movie, her design, I mean. So Proxima was just a loss. As for everybody else, they were good designs. So this one, would I recommend it? The quality control issues. I mean, what kind of a collector are you, man? If you're a beginner collector and you're not really crazy about this or Marvel, just don't get it. It's not worth it. But if you're like me, who played Marvel Future Fight, who played a lot of video games where the Black Order were the main villains, and even read the comics, the Infinity War comics, you would wanna get him. Actually, as long as we're talking about the comics, I wish they made Super Giant. Super Giant was a really cool character. She had a really cool design. So it sucks that they didn't make her. This is the best. Again, I keep on saying it just to emphasize it. This is the best Black Order figure. So if you're gonna get one, might as well get this. Or don't get any of the Black Order. Just get Thanos and be done with it. Having said that, thank you for hanging out with me, and have a good night.